Welcome back to the channel. This is Nicholas from Moralis, and this is the introduction video to our series about the Moralis Admin CLI. So what's the Moralis Admin CLI? Well, it's the way of talking to the admin panel in Moralis through the command line. So we can do things against our admin panel here, but instead of using the GUI, the website, you can do it from the terminal. And it's all based on these credentials here, the CLI API key and the CLI API secret. With these keys, you can authenticate against this admin panel, and you can do things from the terminal. And we can read about what we can do in the Moralis Admin CLI section of the documentation. So the first thing that we need to do is to install the Moralis Admin CLI, and you can do that by typing npm install -g Moralis Admin CLI. And if you already have this installed, make sure to update it to the latest version, because we're constantly adding new commands to it so that you can do more things from the command line. And if you want to know how a certain command is performed, you can always use the help function. So let's try this out together. So here I have in an empty folder in my terminal. So if I type Moralis Admin CLI and then help, we'll see this. The Moralis Admin CLI currently supports the following commands: watch cloud file, connect local dev chain, update server, and help. To learn more about each command, run Moralis Admin CLI and then the command name and then help. So for example, Moralis Admin CLI, watch cloud file, help. So this list will extend for each update that we make and when we add new commands. And you can learn about these commands in two ways. First, with this help command, but also here in the documentation, because we will list, for example, down here, the different commands and how you can use them. And it's important to know, so let's say that, for example, that we follow this one, Moralis, can take this up, Moralis Admin CLI, watch cloud file help. And if we press enter here, we will learn about this command. Now, this is covered in a separate video, but the important thing to know here is that the parameters that that each command needs, it's specified in the help when you type help, and you can specify them in two ways: the long and the short version. And down here it says you can provide these variables in a combination of three ways. First, you can provide them as arguments to the command. For example, if we would run this command here, we would write Moralis Admin CLI, watch cloud file, and then the name of the argument and the value. And you have to do this for all 4 parameters, in this case for this command. But there's also a second way. And the second way is to specify the arguments in a .env file located in the same directory as when running the command. For example, let's say that we want to run this command now, the Moralis Admin CLI watch cloud file, and we're currently in this connect folder. Then we need to add this file called .env, and in here we can specify these parameters. So we take, for example, the Moralis API key. You do this and then an equal sign, and then you go to the dashboard, and then you choose whatever server details. It's the same for all servers, and it's the CLI API key in this case. So you take this one, you press this button, it copies it to the clipboard, you paste it here, and then you do the same for the next parameter, the Moralis API secret, and you do it the same way here. And you can do this for all the parameters that you want to store in this env file. And then you can just run, when you've done that, you can just run the Moralis admin CLI and then the name of the command, and then without parameters, as long as they are contained in the env file in the same folder, you can just run it and it will work. A third way is to add it as specified here. You can store it as an environment variable on your machine. And to do this on a Windows machine, you press the Windows key and you type environment. You start typing environment, and then you select this one, edit the system environment variables. And then you press this one. I won't click it now, but if you click it, you'll see in the documentation that you click this and then the environment variables, and then you can press new, and then you type the name and the value here, like the Moralis API key, just as we did in the env file. And then you can run this command. For example, this watch cloud file, you can run it from wherever. You can run it globally on your machine. And that's very, very useful. And it saves you a lot of time because you don't need to specify the arguments each time, because many of the arguments are static. It means that this API key and this API secret, it's constant for your Moralis account. So this will never change. So it's good maybe to have this in your environment variables, because then you don't have to worry about it. So this is the introduction, and down in the documentation, you will see more videos about how to use each command. So I hope you found this introduction video useful. If so, then please leave a like, and see you guys in another tutorial. Take care.